Hey coin enthusiasts, welcome back to the channel. You know, sometimes the most valuable treasures aren't locked away in museum vaults or buried in sunken ships. They're hiding in plain sight. Today, we're looking at a modern coin that might just be sitting in your change jar right now, yet could be worth thousands of dollars. The 1995 Lincoln cent. Yes, a penny minted in your lifetime that could pay your mortgage for a month. Let's dive into this fascinating modern rarity. The 1995 Lincoln penny might seem like just another unremarkable cent in the long-running series that began back in 1909. But appearances can be deceiving. This particular coin has a story that begins with a simple minting error, one that would transform an ordinary 1-cent piece into a prized collectible worth potentially thousands of dollars. The story starts at the Philadelphia Mint in 1995. It was a routine year for penny production, with the mint churning out over 6.4 billion pennies. But amidst this massive production, something unusual happened. A small batch of pennies was struck using a die that had been accidentally paired with a dime's reverse die. The result? A coin known as the 1995 double die obverse Lincoln cent. Now, what exactly is a double die error? It's not what many people think. It's not a coin struck twice. Instead, it happens during the die manufacturing process. The die is the tool used to strike the design onto blank metal discs. When creating a die, an image is transferred to it multiple times to create the final working die. If there's a slight misalignment during this process, you get a double die, where the image appears slightly offset from itself, creating a distinctive doubling effect. On the 1995 penny, this doubling is most noticeable in the word Liberty and in the date. If you look closely with a magnifying glass, you'll see what appears to be a shadow or echo of these letters and numbers. It's particularly prominent in the L and B of Liberty and in the 9 and 5 of the date. The inscription, "In God We Trust," also shows this telltale doubling. This isn't a slight, barely noticeable variation. It's dramatic enough that even collectors with untrained eyes can spot it. What makes this error particularly valuable is its scarcity. Unlike some other double die pennies, such as the famous 1955 double die cent, the 1995 version had a relatively small mintage. Estimates suggest that only about 500,000 were produced before the error was discovered and corrected. That might sound like a lot, but consider that it's less than 0.01% of the total pennies minted that year. The discovery of this error coin created quite a stir in the numismatic community. Shortly after entering circulation, eagle-eyed collectors began noticing the distinctive doubling. Word spread quickly, and soon people were checking their change and penny rolls with renewed interest. It was a classic case of a modern era coin capturing the imagination of collectors and the general public alike. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin particularly valuable in today's market. In uncirculated condition, what we call mint state in numismatic terms, a 1995 double die penny can fetch anywhere from $50 to $500 depending on the grade. But here's where it gets really interesting. Specimens in pristine condition, graded MS, 67 or above by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, have sold for over $3,000 at auction. The highest recorded sale for a 1995 double die penny was an MS 68 red specimen that sold for a whopping $7,500 at a major auction in 2019. That's an incredible return on a 1-cent investment. What's particularly fascinating about this coin is that unlike ancient rarities, these were in circulation during most of our lifetimes. People literally pulled these valuable coins from their pocket change. Condition plays a crucial role in determining the value of a 1995 double die cent. Collectors typically categorize Lincoln cents by their color: red, red-brown, or brown. A fully red coin retains its original mint luster and copper color, showing no signs of darkening or toning. These command the highest premiums. Red-brown coins show partial darkening, while brown coins have completely darkened. A brown 1995 double die in circulated condition might sell for $20 to $50, while a pristine red specimen can bring thousands. But here's something even more remarkable about this coin. There are actually two varieties of the 1995 double die penny. The more common variety shows moderate doubling, while a rarer version exhibits more dramatic doubling. The latter, known as the Stage 2 double die, is significantly more valuable. If you happen to find one of these, you're looking at a coin worth potentially twice as much as the standard variety. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1995 double die cent is how it fits into the broader context of Lincoln penny errors. The Lincoln cent series has produced several notable double die varieties over the years, including the legendary 1955 double die, worth up to $25,000 in high grades, the 1969 S double die, which can fetch over $100,000, and the 1972 double die, valued at $500 to $1,000 in uncirculated condition. The 1995 version may not reach the stratospheric values of some of these earlier errors, but it represents one of the last great double die errors of the 20th century. There's also an intriguing story about how these coins entered circulation. Unlike some error coins that are caught before leaving the mint, the 1995 double dies were mixed in with regular production pennies and distributed primarily in the Chicago area. This regional distribution meant that for a time, collectors in Illinois had a distinct advantage in finding these treasures. However, as coins naturally travel through commerce, examples have been found throughout the United States, though they remain more common in the Midwest. Authentication is crucial when dealing with valuable error coins like the 1995 double die set. Unfortunately, many ordinary 1995 pennies have been misidentified as the valuable double die variety by hopeful collectors. True double dies show doubling in the die itself, not doubling caused by loose dies during striking, called machine doubling, which is far more common and carries little to no premium. If you think you've found a 1995 double die penny, look for clear separation between the doubled elements, particularly in the word Liberty and the date. Machine doubling typically appears as a flat, shelf-like extension of the design, while true double die doubling shows complete, separated images. When in doubt, it's always worth having potential finds authenticated by a professional grading service. The 1995 double die penny also teaches us something fascinating about modern coin collecting. While many assume that valuable coins must be ancient or made of precious metals, the truth is that some of the most sought-after numismatic treasures are modern issues made from common materials. The 1995 double die is composed of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating, worth barely more than 1 cent in metal value. Yet its numismatic value can be thousands of times greater. For collectors, the 1995 double die represents an accessible entry point into the world of valuable error coins. Unlike some rarities that are effectively unobtainable for the average collector, these coins can still be found with persistence and a sharp eye. There are documented cases of collectors finding them in bank rolls as recently as 2020, proving that there are still undiscovered examples floating around in circulation. So the next time you receive change at the grocery store or find a jar of pennies in your attic, take a moment to look at the dates. If you spot a 1995, examine it closely. You might just be holding a small copper-plated fortune in your hands. And that's the real thrill of coin collecting. The knowledge that extraordinary treasures can sometimes be found in the most ordinary places.